ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 33 for the week of August 14th, 2018. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and today I am joined by the Vikings fan, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem Will. How are you on this Monday afternoon?
I'm doing really good. We got to experience Vikings training camp today.
We did, at the new facility.
Yes, it was quite wonderful.
In Egan, Minnesota.
Yeah. They have 4 total fields there.
Yeah.
One that's set up to host like high school games and whatnot in the future. They had some activities on that field. We ran the 40-yard dash.
I won.
You did win.
I did.
But I kicked a field goal successfully.
You did kick a field goal successfully. I did not. Twice.
I was close on my first one. I missed the first shot.
It is true.
I waltzed it and pushed it left.
But at least you didn't Kramer it and fucking put it on the ground. Because that's what mine did both times.
So you, Dom, and my brother went as well.
Yes.
You all kicked the top of the football. So you kicked it the top of it and like spun it.
And I was stupid because I tried going for the bottom of it and it just didn't work out well.
Yeah.
I fucking suck. That's what it is.
But yeah, I felt pretty proud of myself to make that field goal.
You should.
I tried to win autographed helmet. I was close on, let's say, a couple of my throws.
Yeah, one was really close. The one that we saw.
Yeah.
I didn't go with you the second time when you tried.
The second ones, I would say they were more accurate.
Oh.
But didn't have the strength to make it.
Sure.
So, yeah. It was a hard throw. But yeah,
it's
then
okay.
we ate some food.
We did. Hot dogs were okay.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Watched the Vikings practice for about an hour and a half.
Yep. Cousins look pretty good.
Yep.
Maybe it's practice, but
yeah, they
whatever.
They seem not to be going all out.
Obviously.
And that's because it was 95 degrees out today. Here
it was hot.
Minnesota.
It was hot.
So yeah.
It felt great.
It was a hot one. But now we're here.
We are.
We're going to talk some video games with you guys.
But before we do that, Will, we have some housekeeping.
Yeah, I saw these notes.
Yes. So, first and foremost, last week we discussed the results of the North American Gamebattles 2K and Elevate's win over Hitmen. What we failed to discuss was Bound was subbing in for ElTown on the Elevate roster. It was a major oversight and will not happen again. I apologize personally, it was my fault. So thank you to Mark Francis at Mark Owns Your Face. By the way, you don't own my face. I'm just going to say that every single time. Thank you for pointing this out for us. We appreciate it. Hopefully the listeners appreciate it as well. Again, I personally apologize. It was an oversight by me. I didn't realize it and do my absolute best to not allow that to happen again. And then shout out to Bound. Bound will include your Twitter.
Yeah.
As well. And
check him out.
Not only that, but he won both June and July's Astro Spartans 1v1 tournaments. So Bound is a force to be reckoned with.
Is he playing with the team currently?
I don't think so. I think he's still just subbing in for things if he needs to.
Okay.
But if a roster is looking for somebody looking for a fourth, do not sleep on this man. I can pretty much guarantee you that at this point. And then last piece of housekeeping that we have, just a reminder that the Midwest Esports Halo 3 2v2 tournament is coming up this very weekend at Next Level Expo. We'll include a link that you can check out, but just some information for everybody right off the bat here. It is taking place Saturday, August 18th at Next Level Expo, which is at the Gateway Hotel and Conference Center at 2100 Green Hills Drive. Is that Ames?
Yep.
Iowa 50014 for the zip code. Go ahead and check it out if you're in the area. Play some old school Halo. Format will be on the Xbox 360. It'll be a 2v2 double elimination best of 3 tournament. Maps will be MLG Guardian, MLG Heretic, and MLG The Pit. And the game type will be MLG Team Slayer. First to 25 kills wins. And again, starts Saturday, August 18th at 2 p.m. The price is $10 per player to get in. And then I don't think they've announced the prize pool yet, but it looks like first place is taking home 50% of it. Second place is taking home 25%. Third place takes home 15%. And fourth place takes home 10%. And, they're only asking that you bring an Xbox 360 headset.
Okay.
Not even a controller. So I don't even know. Check out the link that we'll include in the show notes. And if you're in the area, please go ahead and compete. It's good shit. Will.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for our housekeeping, but you know what that's not it for?
What's that?
What do we usually start the show off with?
Roster Mania!
As always, we start with some roster mania. So here we go. Out of most regions, we have nothing to report, but the EU teams looks like they have switched up some names. We have team Uppsala, which is Morga, Batchford, Renan, and Shadyzer. And Radiant Esports is Jimbo, Lunny, Riots, and Moes.
Those are 2 confirmed teams for London.
So there you go. North America, nothing big coming out of there yet. Nothing out of the LATAM or Australia, New Zealand region. So that's going to be it for Rostermania.
Hey, Will.
Yeah?
It's our favorite segment of the show.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What is it?
Will's Adventures Within the Haloverse.
Okay.
Don't sound so excited, Will. Okay. Oh, man.
All right. So here we go.
Here we go.
I played half a mission of Halo 4.
Hot diggity damn.
I know, it's so much, but it ended up getting pretty late at night.
Sure.
I was literally falling asleep trying to get through this mission and kept dying at the same spot. And I just knew, like, I didn't have the mental strength to push through.
I understand.
And keep going. I tried, but it just didn't happen.
It's okay.
I started fighting the Prometheans, though, in the 4th mission of Halo 4.
Good.
They're annoying.
The knights are the worst.
Yeah.
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 I'm not digging the art style as much.
Okay.
It's just...
It's hit or miss. It's either people like it or people don't. So I understand where you're coming from.
We'll see. I'm curious to see what Halo 5 looks like. Which I kind of know based off of...
You do know.
I'm kind of... Yeah. But I haven't played the missions because I want to see.
There's some different areas, yeah.
I want to see what it looks like in the story of Master Chief.
Sure.
I've seen it
and Locke.
Yeah,
because it's mainly Locke.
It's mainly Locke. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
What else have you been playing?
Well, I played Halo 5.
Yep.
I got to Plat 6 in Slayer.
Yep.
Which felt good. I've never been a Diamond in Slayer. I've actually never been above Plat 4 in Slayer. So this is my first time reaching that level.
I believe in you.
And then I'm close.
I believe.
And then I played some free-for-all again, and I'm up to Plat 5 in free-for-all.
Awesome.
I only did play one game, and I won it, which felt freaking phenomenal.
That is awesome.
So, yeah, that's what I'm working on.
What else have you been playing?
Besides Halo,
Yeah.
let's see. I did download, or I did subscribe to, what is it? EA Origin Access Premier.
That's it.
Jesus, what a name.
I know.
They should really shorten that up. But anyway, so I've downloaded Madden 19.
Yep.
Battlefront 2. I downloaded The Sims 4, which I did not start. It's downloaded, but
What?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
I downloaded Unravel 2, which I've been playing through with my fiance, and we've actually had a lot of fun with it.
Good.
A lot of jokes being made during it, but it's great. Okay, so there was this one level.
Yarny jokes?
Well, that and that we just miss our jumps all the time. And,
Okay, sure.
Yelling at each other to do different things, but it's all in fun. My favorite level was there's a set of like air cannons, and you have to jump in one, and then it pushes you up higher on the level.
Sure.
And while you're doing this, your partner needs to change the direction of one to get you to the right spot.
Cool.
I jumped in.
Yep.
Vicky did not change the air cannon. I hit a wall. And I kept just falling and rotating and jumping through the same cannons and just hitting the same spot.
This was like an infinite loop?
It was like an infinite loop, and
shit.
we were just laughing so much.
That's awesome.
So very good couch co-op game. There's a little bit of a dark story in the background.
Okay.
So while the gameplay is very lighthearted, there's a little bit of a story to be watched in the background.
Good to know.
So it is interesting.
We still need to play through A Way Out.
Yep, together. I downloaded that on PC and I have it on Xbox, so...
Good to know. Okay.
So yeah, a lot of EA stuff recently because I have it for a month.
Well, yeah, for $15 and you get access to all that stuff, that's not bad at all.
No.
And realistically, like, because Dom and I kept harping on you to get Madden.
Yeah.
And for $15 and you get the full game.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah. Like EA Access on Xbox One, you get a 10-hour trial. And there is a 10-hour trial version of Origin Access on PC. But if you spend the $15, you get the whole game.
Yeah, so $5 more, you get to play the whole game
Right.
for as long as you have the subscription.
Exactly. So that's a steal. And it's going to be the same thing for Anthem and the same thing for Battlefield 5. It's a steal. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like for me, I downloaded Madden. Usually what happens when I buy Madden
Yep.
is that I'll play through, they have a story mode now with the
Long shot.
long shot story.
Yep.
I'd play through that. I'd start Ultimate Team. I'd start probably a franchise. And then within a few weeks, I'd probably be playing NHL when it comes out. And
Sure.
then Madden just sits on the back burner and I'll pick it up every once in a while. So for $15 rather than spending $60, I get to play. I already played through the story within 6 hours it took.
Exactly.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
And we get to play some co-op Madden and I can get my fix on it. And I don't have to spend that much, like the whole amount on a game.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Plus for $15, I got to download all these other games
Yeah.
that I'm going to be playing through. I don't have to like rent them from Redbox. I don't have to buy them cheap whenever they decide to go on sale. Play through them and be done with them. And then I don't have to worry about trade-ins, nothing like that. I get the 15. I feel like I got well over my $15 value, at least for the first month. I might extend it to a second month just to keep playing some things, but nice job.
I know, I just hit the mic. I'm sorry. No, I'm going to re-up when Battlefield 5 and Anthem come out. Like
Yeah.
I'll probably play them for a month or two and be on my merry way.
I'm curious about Anthem, but anyway, we're kind of getting way off here
That's what the segment's for.
talking about games.
That's right. Black Ops 4 beta is really good.
I haven't tried it.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
People say it's really good. I played it on PC, played really well. It's like, I'm so surprised at how much fun that fucking thing was. So,
I'm glad you enjoy it.
yeah. Keep an eye out for that. If you haven't played it yet, not just you will, but listeners as well. Give it a shot when it comes out to open beta as well. It's good stuff. Oh wait, hold up. Dead Cells is good too. I'm just
Dead
gonna throw that out
Cells?
there. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a Metroidvania style 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up action game.
Okay.
I did a really shitty job of explaining it. It's really good though. It's really good. Give it look for it wherever games are sold. Will,
Yeah.
should we get into some news?
How much do we have this time?
Not a whole lot. Why?
Okay. I'm just wondering. Just curious.
You can look at the show notes yourself, you know.
Yeah, I know. Trying to play to the listeners a little bit too, because usually this segment is like our biggest segment of the show.
Well, we have a newer, bigger segment coming on in the tournament recap if you've looked through the show notes recently.
Yep.
It's a big one because I am proud of myself. I did something I've never done before, and you're going to hear about it soon. But first and foremost, let's get into the news. First and foremost, the deadline for the MCC Insider Program sign-up has officially come to a close. Therefore, as of noon today, that's well before we started recording this episode, you can now no longer sign up for the MCC Insider Program. If you were signed up, expect an invite soon. If you haven't signed up, tough shit. That you should have signed up a long time ago. Next up, Covenant Slayer is back within Halo 5. Play it up. It's good stuff. And the last piece of regular news, we have the Halo Community Spotlight. This is Halo Waypoint's first edition of, like, what our segment would have been community creations, right? They have a full post dedicated to stuff like that. So please go ahead, take a peeksy peek. It's all good stuff in there, as always. There's too many good fucking content creators in this community. It's crazy. Next up for the competitive news, Roy, retired Halo player extraordinaire, is playing the Halo MCC Insider. Could he possibly be coming to the Atlanta DreamHack to play in the 2v2 tournament? Nobody knows yet. That's just me speculating, but I imagine it's going to happen. Mark my words, today, today's August 13th, right?
Yeah.
Like we said, mark my words, today, August 13th, the day we're recording this, I am saying that Roy will be one of the team of 2 for the DreamHack Atlanta Halo 3 2v2 tournament. I'm saying it's going to happen. We're going to see. Next up, roster lock for HCS London is August 20th.
Coming up.
Which is crazy. But there you go. So hopefully you guys have your rosters ready to go. Next up, Tashi put out some statements on the Halo 3 2v2 DreamHack tournament. I'm going to read them for you. These are from his tweets, and I quote, "Quick update on the Halo 3 2v2 at DreamHack Atlanta. Based on some concerns raised by you beautiful people, we will now be offering a separate team pass just for the 2v2 rather than requiring people to register on-site only. This will allow people to register before flying out. The price will be the same as 2 normal DreamHack spectator tickets, so no extra charges to compete in the tournament. When 4v4 passes go on sale for open teams, there will be an option to select for the 2v2 to secure a spot in both tournaments if you'd like to play in both. Team passes will go on sale next month. Info regarding team caps, formats, settings, and more will come in a few more weeks. Thanks, and have a great weekend." And the last piece of competitive news, Flamesword, Optic Beard himself, might be creating a little bit of a LAN leading up to DreamHack Atlanta. He tweeted out how many gamers from Texas would be down for a few Halo 3 2v2/4v4 LANs before DreamHack. So let your voice be heard. We'll include a link to the tweet along with everything else we talk about in the show notes. And leave a little reply there if you're interested in playing a little bit of LAN action. Next up, some Europa Halo news. There's a new website that's being worked on. It's actually live right now. We'll include a link to it. And I quote from Europa Halo, "Working on a new website for teams confirmed to go to LAN along with free agents, teams of 2, and teams of 3. If you're a team that's 100% going to LAN, please do message me as we'll upload you to the site to make potential scrims easier to find. Hope also to run a pre-LAN cup for all teams going to LAN." And not only that, but we talked about this last week. Yeah, the no team needed free-for-all that happened right before the grand finals of the Europa Halo Champions League. The VOD is now available on YouTube. Of course we'll include a link to it. Check it out. It was insane. Insane in the membrane. Got no brain.
That was a really exciting match.
It was amazing. And the last bit of news, we have some Pro Battle League news. The Season 3 format has officially been announced. We'll include a link to the post, as always. I'm going to read it to you. And I quote, "We believe that Season 3 is going to be another big leap forward for the PBL, Pro Battle League. Our overall season format isn't changing much. There will still be 3 phases to the season. 1, the regular season. 2, the qualification tournament. And 3, the North American Championship. The PBL has 4 conferences, Eastern, Northern, Southern, and Western. Now each conference has 6 teams. During the regular season, teams play each of their conference opponents twice. Conference matches are best of 5. The team with the best conference record at the end of the regular season is the conference champion. The 4 conference champions go straight to the North American Championship. One change with our expansion to 24 teams is that the bottom 2 teams with the worst records in each conference are eliminated from the postseason. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place teams in all the conferences are placed in a seeded qualification bracket. The 2nd place teams earn a first round bye. The teams that finish in the top 4 go on to meet the conference champs in the North American Championship. The qualification bracket matches are best of 7. The qualification bracket seeding is heavily based on the performance of the teams in the regular season. In addition, there are mid-season matches between conferences. The matches against another conference do not count towards a team's season record and are only used for later seeding in the qualification bracket and North American Championship bracket. And finally, the North American Championship bracket is seeded based on the strength of the conference determined during the interconference matches and the results of the qualification bracket. North American Championship matches are best of 7. And then just some touch points real quick. St. Louis Sentinels, Squally is now the new team captain. For the New York Titans, Rob the Turtle is now the team captain. Chicago United, My Tails is now the team captain. Kansas City Lightning, Vulcan is now the team captain. And finally, Portland Tempest, Trailblazer is now the team captain. that does it for the news this week. Will, we got some scrims to cover. Take it away.
All right. On Monday, August 6th, Lucid went up against Online Warriors. The series was 7-2 Lucid. Lucid did have 44 more kills, 17 more assists, 45 less deaths, 19 more power kills, 20 more precision kills, and 9 more magnum kills. So they definitely came out on top of that match.
What was surprising to me, though, is that the series score was 7-2, and like the Lucid weren't that much more dominant based off the actual stats.
They weren't like, yeah.
They didn't just destroy them, even though it was 7-2. That was what I wanted to highlight there.
Sure.
Keep it going.
I'll see it. On Tuesday, August 7th, Veggies went up against Gosu Crew. Series score was 12-3 Veggies. If you'd like to check out the stats for that one, we'll provide the links.
It was a blowout.
Yeah. Team Reciprocity went up against Elevate. Series score was 9-6 Reciprocity. Here we go. Reciprocity had 185 more kills, 159 more assists, 192 less deaths, 18 more power kills, 184 precision kills, and 168 more magnum kills. So that was kind of a wipe.
Right, but the series score was pretty close. Like, that's just it. Reciprocity, fuck.
They outslayed them.
They obliterated them.
Well, and then you can attribute the series score. Maybe it's how well they're slaying in objectives versus Slayer games.
Very well could be.
You never know.
Indeed.
Let's see. On Wednesday, August 8th, Renegades went up against Tox. Very close series, being 8-7, going to Renegades. Renegades had 28 more kills, 41 more assists, 25 less deaths, 13 more power kills, 36 more precision kills, and 36 more magnum kills.
Very close series there.
Very close there. Very close. Let's see. Lucid went up against Radiant Esports. The score was 15-0 Lucid. Radiant.
I think you can only imagine how the stats were for that one.
Yeah, check them out if you're interested.
Oh, they were bad.
Radiant, what did you show up to play?
Well, look at this next one.
All right. Radiant then went up against Maka Esports on Thursday, August 9th. They must have been pretty mad because series score was 8-2 Radiant. Stats were still a little close. 25 more kills for Radiant. Maka had 16 more assists, though. Radiant had 25 less deaths, 13 more power kills. But Maka did have 15 more precision kills and 22 more magnum kills. So very kind of back and forth on the stats there.
Yeah, very close. And the funny thing is that Radiant still beat them 8-2.
Yeah.
So that was an even weirder series to me, that Mocket had more precision and magnum kills, but it was just, I guess Radiant was just able to close shit out, basically.
All right. We also had, on that August 9th, Tox go up against Reciprocity. Series score was 10-5 going to Tox. Tox did have 54 more kills, 23 more assists, 56 less deaths. Both teams had 38 power kills. Tox had 73 more precision kills, and also 78 more magnum kills. So again, not completely skewed in Tox's favor, but they were a little bit more dominant.
Right. Yeah, clearly.
All right. That brings us to Friday, August 10th. Trifecta went up against Elevate. Series score was 8-7 Trifecta. Elevate had 14 more kills. Trifecta had 8 more assists. Elevate had 14 less deaths. Elevate had 19 more power kills. Trifecta had 1 more precision kill. And Elevate had 1 more magnum kill. So very close.
Very close indeed.
Very close.
And the thing to kind of pay attention to there is that who's on Trifecta, Will?
Trifecta is ElTown, right?
No, that's Elevate.
Elevate. Spartan.
Spartan's on Elevate. Therefore, who's on Trifecta?
Oh, yeah, Ryan Noob.
Yeah.
God, I'm getting my teams mixed up.
It's okay.
Right now.
That series was incredibly close, but Trifecta able to pull a little bit of a head there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens come London.
More shit talking.
Yeah, I bet. It's the only one we got. It's the only little bit of shit talking we got.
I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
Tox did also face off against Trifecta on this Friday. Series score was 12-3 Tox.
Yeah.
So a little bit different there.
A little bit.
But yeah, that's it for scrims. That's all we got.
All right. Should we get into some tournaments?
Yes, please take us through.
Let's do it up. First up, the Focus Fire Weekly Free-For-All Tournament did not take place last week. I believe there will be one this week, so go ahead and please sign up if you haven't already. Next up, the Noble Halo Wars 2 3v3 Open Tournament took place. First place went to Solid HW, Mike Beeston, and Stay Classy. Mike Beeston, if you guys don't recall, was the winner of the last season of the Halo Wars Champions League. If I'm not mistaken, we covered that. So congratulations to them. They took home $90 for the team. Second place went to Diverse, Deluxe Swing, and Flame Pyman. We'll include a bracket and a VOD as well. Go ahead and check it out. Next up, the Female Pro League in
Akron.
Or is it Acorn? I probably just misspelt it. Esports Halo 5 2v2 tournament took place over the weekend as well. First place going to MLG Queen and Katie Marie. Second place going to Monza and Crandipus. Congratulations to them. Heard the payout was instantaneous as well, so congratulations Female Pro League on just being always on top of that. Shout out to you guys. Next up was the Astro Spartans Halo 5 1v1 tournament. First place going to Neptune, taking home $1,000. Second place going to Scariotic. Third and fourth going to Renegade and Marbs. Bracket will be included.
Marbs.
Marbs
Who's
indeed.
Marbs?
Well, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Next up was the Astro Spartans Monthly FFA. First place went to Rhino, taking home $500. Bracket will be included. All right, here's the big one. So no 2Ks took place over the weekend. That's this coming weekend. Okay, so we'll obviously be covering the results of those. But if you guys don't recall, the Halo 5 Summer Series 2v2 tournaments took place at every Microsoft store in the area. Okay? So, Will, you know what I did?
You went through and got all the winners.
I got all the winners.
Oh my god.
So
Microsoft stores.
Here's the issue though. I'm gonna put it like an asterisk here before we read these off.
Okay.
Okay? We're gonna take I'll take a region, you'll take a region, and we'll move on.
Got it.
Okay? So asterisk, a couple things to note before we get into these results. First and foremost, I wasn't able to find the player gamer tags at all. So I have their team names that are listed on the bracket pages. Okay? The second piece of information. There are missing locations that I will not state on this show. The reason why I will not state them and will not state them is because they were either A, in progress still when I checked this morning, which means the tournament should have already taken place, but they probably just didn't update the brackets on their website, so I'm not going to include them because I don't want to give incorrect information. And two, if there were locations that either A, did not have any team sign up, or B, only had one team sign up, I'm not going to include them. Because technically, yes, that one team did win, but they didn't actually do anything. So no, I'm not going to include them either. The results that we talk about right now are are stores that had way more than one team compete and are actually completed as shown on the bracket that'll include in the show notes. So without further ado, let's get into these results. For the Midwest stores, we have the Woodland Hills store, first place going to Oklahomies. For the Woodfield Mall, first place going to Bubblicious. St. Louis Galleria, first place going to Ligma. Oh, that meme won't die. Next up, Penn Square Mall, first place going to Click. Oakbrook Center Store, first place going to More Nades, Please. Oak Park Mall, first place going to Walking Trash Cans.
Remember, it's not trash can, it's trash can.
Oh, wow. What the hell is that from?
I don't remember, but it popped in my head.
All right. Mall of America,
Hey.
our homeboys.
Home and native.
First place going to Strafe. Next up is Kenwood Town Center, first place going to those guys.
Those guys won first place.
They did. Next up was Easton Town Center, first place going to HTC Esports. And last but not least for the Midwest region, we had Beechwood Place, first place going to Wolfblade. Will, take it for the Northeast.
All right, out of the Northeast stores, we have 5th Avenue NYC. First place went to Sesame Street. We have a location called Destiny. Tenacious 2 took that one. We have King of... Why you gotta give me the weird names?
Prussia
Mall. Asylum Montgomery, first place went to Little Clan, or Lil Clan, I have to say it right.
Yeah.
Walden Garden, first place went to Mouse Rat. And then out of West Farms, first place went to CT5s.
Next up for the South Stores. For the Baybrook area, first place going to Bloods. In the Houston Galleria area, first place going to Minx with the Cheese. That's a name. La Cantera, first place going to Red Elotes. Lakeside Mall, first place going to Final Base. Not Final Boss. That's trademarked by MLG, by the way. North Park, first place going to No Idea. Next up is the Domain, first place going to Old Timers. Last but not least, the Woodlands, first place going to Titans Needler.
All right, out of the Southeast stores, the Florida Mall, first place went to Cryptic Squad. Mall at Green Hills, first place went to Oppress. South Park, first place went to Poe. St. John's Town Center, first place went to Bringin' Heat. Streets at South Point, first place went to Bedford Boys. And the Town Center at Boca Raton, first place went to Primal.
Finally, for the Western stores, Ala Moana, first place went to Enos. Bellevue Square, first place going to Smooth Criminals. Fashion Show, first place going to Team Two Hands. Fashion Valley, first place going to Lipton. Iced tea. Just kidding, it was just Lipton, not iced tea, but Lipton iced tea. Pioneer Place, first place going to Ambition.
All caps.
All caps indeed. Scottsdale Fashion Square, first place going to We Are Worse. Worse than who, you might ask? I have no idea.
You
worse,
won, so.
Yeah, not worse than us, though. South Coast Plaza, first place going to Team Dark Souls. Praise the sun. Stanford Shopping Center, first place going to Backpackers. Topanga, not from Boy Meets World. First place going to Tilted Towers. So many references in that little spurt there. And finally, University Village, first place going to the gods of Halo 1.
GG's.
GG's indeed. I apologize if that wasn't really fun to sit through, but god damn it, I'm proud of what happened.
All these tournaments taking place.
The only thing I'm going to say is, the people over at Smash.gg, I was waiting for you to say, let me smash, Will. I'm not kidding. I was genuinely waiting for you to do that, and I'm glad you didn't. So thank you. Something that I will say about Smash.gg, you guys really need to do a better job with your website. Brackets in general. How long it took me to just find these tournaments for that date, way too long. Make it more streamlined, for the love of God. That's what I'm going to say. But thank you for allowing a location to have all these brackets stored. Just please make them easier to find. That's all I ask. Will, that's going to do it for tournament recaps.
It wasn't that long, but...
No, it wasn't.
Still.
If I would have included all the ones that were still in progress and whatnot, it'd probably be about another quarter long.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we don't know, so we can't
We ain't
report.
skewing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will, we asked our listeners a question over the week. That question was whether or not radar should be included within Halo at all. We put out a poll on Twitter. Let's get into the results. Out of 79 total votes from this morning, there might be more votes now, but I'm not paying attention anymore. Out of 79 total voterinos, 15% went to yes, there should be radar in all of multiplayer. 56% said yes, but only in casual multiplayer. 2%, the ballsy ones, said yeah, but only in the competitive multiplayer. And last but not least, we had 27% with no. Just no. So if you check out the Twitter results right now, those are going to be a little bit different than what I just stated. And the reason why I say that is because a couple people voted not the way they wanted to in the poll, and they can't go back and change the results. So what I did was I just changed them for them. And that's how I got those results, right? So I think originally it was like 54% is for yes, casual only, when two people actually voted for that But
Gotcha.
yeah, whatever. So those are the results that I actually have. There you go. Let's get into what some people were saying. Mark Francis said all casual radar should be switched to the current team arena radar. Radar is so unnecessary for an experienced Halo player. It would be very interesting to see how no radar 4v4 plays in Halo 5. You know what, Mark? I'm surprised it hasn't been implemented. I'm surprised it wasn't implemented, a year after it released and it was in competitive play. I'm very surprised. I remember people were livid that it was still included, and fuck that it still is right now. Granted, we're on our way out the door with Halo 5 anyway, but still. Game Time said, voted casual only, but I really do like the current competitive setup, if only when using abilities. So if you guys are not aware right now, currently in the HCS playlist, radar, you will only appear on radar if you A, sprint, B, thrust, C, use a weapon, D, clamber, and is there an E as well? Ground pound was one of them, but ground pound's taken out, so we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're walking and you're not shooting, you're fine. You don't appear.
I really like it.
I like it too. I like the balance. But like Mark said, I'm just surprised it's not fucking gone yet.
Sure. Yeah.
Just Simon said, no radar in competitive. Simple. It's noobish. Our legends were made without radar. All the playmakers were the one I enjoyed supporting the most. No radar, and 70% of the good kids will definitely get a huge drop. Is that what he meant?
Yeah. So basically, he's saying if you take away radar, some of the people who are at the top will drop off.
So only the top of the top will remain.
Yeah, it'll show who's really good.
Okay.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I can get with a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the people who rely on radar, like you say, will drop off, and that's true. But the people who have just genuinely good shots, they'll probably still remain there. Next up, we had Scud Puddle over on our Discord. Shout out to our Discord. We'll include a link to it in the show notes as well. We'll talk about it later. Scud Puddle says, my vote is yes, casuals only. I believe competitive should be able to have the game how they want it. Within reason, of course. If they want no radar, don't give them radar. If you're a casual, you don't have to play the competitive list, assuming playlist population stays high enough to sustain such a split. And we held a conversation on there, and I completely agree. If the population sizes allow it, then my dream scenario, and what I'm really irritated with Halo 5 when it first released, was that they didn't have a strictly competitive hopper and a strictly casual hopper. If they would have done the same thing they fucking did in 3 and Reach and 2, right? And 4, they would have a strictly competitive hopper and then a strictly social hopper that basically had the same playlists as competitive. Why not just do that? Well, whatever. And he also goes on to say, I kind of like how the radar is right now for Arena. Only shows Spartan abilities. For competitive play, I think it allows for some sneakiness, which is how I like to play. Plus, I hate crouching, and with how fast it is now, and will likely continue to be, it takes too long to do anything while crouched.
I can agree with that.
100%. You feel like a fucking snail.
Yeah, if you're crouching and moving,
yeah.
It's bad.
So you just don't have to worry about that, which is nice. But it'd be cool if just there wasn't radar. Whatever. And then finally, Goalie Sniper over on our Discord also states, radar is a staple of Halo. It needs to stay. How the radar works is completely dependent on the style of gameplay we get with Infinite. If it goes back to classic Halo 3 style gameplay, have it work as it did back in Halo 3. Have competitive playlists like MLG, just turn the setting off. If the gameplay remains the same as it currently is, have sprint show up on radar, regular movement not. And just turn it off competitively for an MLG style playlist. Easy.
Seems like a lot of people are on the same page about this.
Exactly. Keep it in casual, take it out of competitive. I had a feeling this wouldn't be a very divisive poll. I mean, I had a feeling this wouldn't be a very yes-no poll, right?
Yeah.
This is exactly how I expected it to turn out to be. Keep it in casual. That's perfectly fine because it doesn't fuck with my rank. Leave it out of competitive because that's not how it should be in competitive. This is definitely a thing that I am definitely in agreement with. Not the sprint debacle that we all had a while ago. Remember? Yeah. It's very, this is why you have separate playlist hoppers.
Right.
Right? You give the competitives what they want, you give the casuals what they want, and everybody's happy. And the fact that people come back and they say, well, you can't make everybody happy, bullshit. They've been doing it for years. I mean, yeah, people aren't going to like the maps, people aren't going to like the guns, blah, blah, blah. But this is just a very basic mechanic that we're talking about right now. That can be turned off with a fucking setting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's where I'll leave that one. Will, there's a couple things I forgot to mention.
Okay.
That I'm just remembering now. We're going to rewind it. Back to the news. You don't need to do the soundbite.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Something I forgot to mention that happened while we were at Vikings training camp today. T-Squared tweeted out that he's going to be working on a podcast himself and a Halo show based around the HCS. So I already replied to this tweet, but T-Squared, if you'd be interested in a collab anytime soon, we're here. We're ready and we're willing. I don't mean that to sound sexual, all right? Don't think of it in a sexual manner, you sickos.
You had to take it there.
Halo 5 is rated T for teen, right? Don't take things in a sexual manner. I know I swear a lot. That's fine. I'm an adult. Hashtag make Halo rated M again. Will shakes his head yes. Like, please do. And then there was one other piece as well. So I saw this on Twitter and I'm such an asshole that if this happened over the week, I'm going to do more research as well. So please call me out on my shit. But the Beachland was tweeting out their Twitch stream, which makes me believe that the Beachland took place. And I promise you, I will do more research on this because I want to get the results of that. Like, because I know they had tournaments and whatnot. I want to get the results of those tournaments so we can say that stuff to you guys so you guys know what happened there and we can get the VODs and all that. It'd be fucking cool. So I believe it took place because the tweets were going out with the streams. I'll take a look this week, verify, and we'll come back with it next week. Cool? Cool. I think that's all I had there.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that's it. So we can now back to our topic of discussion.
Back to the radar.
Back to the radar.
All right.
Will, what are your thoughts on radar?
Based on my style of gameplay,
yes,
I really like the arena settings for it. So
the way they currently are.
Yep, currently are. If you're using abilities, stuff like that.
Yep,
it's perfect.
Awesome.
I feel like it just with the way it is in like Slayer and whatnot, if you're just walking around, you still show up. I don't know. I like having that sneak ability, you could say.
I feel I rely too much on radar. Like, I'm one of those people. Like, in the social playlist and the casual playlist, I feel I have a much bigger reliance on radar. As when I'm playing the HCS playlist, I'm just able to focus on the game itself, right? Yeah, I'll dip my eyes to the corner to check radar if I think somebody's going to be moving or whatnot, or if I think I have a position on somebody. But my focus is definitely on the middle of the screen and my surroundings than the radar itself. So it's a habit that I need to break in other playlists for sure. But yeah, I like the way they are now. But like I said previously, I'm just surprised they're not just gone. That it's not just out of competitive entirely.
Do you think it is a good move to take it out of competitive?
Yeah, I do. Okay, it works the way that it's implemented right now. Okay, it works 100%.
Yeah,
but not to talk from a nostalgic mindset, but I'm just saying the way history has shown competitive Halo, the way history has been with competitive Halo is that radar is just out.
Yeah,
it's been out. So the fact that when competitive Halo 5 came up, and the fact that it was in there, it was like, what the fucking what is this?
Yeah.
I remember way back when Halo 5 first burst onto the scene, right? And when the first HCS season started, before the first World Championships, and Radar was there, I remember pros on Twitter all the time being like, why is this a thing that we have right now? That was back when Breakout was competitive. You remember Breakout?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. See, I was a fan of Breakout. I agree that it ended too quickly, but like rounds ended too quickly and whatnot. But I like Breakout.
Was that the one where it was kind of if you die, you're out?
Yeah.
And then there's a flag that
Correct.
A team you could cap?
Yes. And then they brought back Breakout with Breakout 2.0 and they put in shotguns.
Oh boy.
Yeah. People were not too happy about that shit.
See,
but the maps were cool. The maps were varied and different and looked cool because they all had the same kind of aesthetic with like the blue, just simulation style.
Yeah.
It was sick.
I started playing Halo 5. Breakout was still in.
Yeah.
But I was never good at it because it was literally when I started playing Halo, I was a noob. I didn't even know how to move around.
You're fine.
So I never really got into Breakout. But yeah, it was fun. The few games I played, if I got better at Halo, I might have enjoyed it more.
I wish that you had more health or you had shields in this regard, but I just liked the nature of, I mean, they introduced an elimination style playlist later on that was community made, which was fucking cool. But the thing that I liked about Breakout is that you really had a reliance on team play. And that elimination playlist that was made by the community was the same deal, where it was a heavy reliance on the team play, which I loved watching as a spectator. It was to see that, one of your teammates gets knocked out, right? And then you, like, all three of your other teammates have to rally around and try to get an upper hand, because being one person down in an elimination style playlist where that person isn't coming back, like that's huge. And to see how they rally that back is really cool. I know we're not talking about Radar at this point, but Breakout, like, I genuinely enjoyed what Breakout was doing. I genuinely enjoyed the difference that it brought.
Did Breakout have Radar?
I think so. Wait, did it? Shit.
I don't know.
I don't want to get wrong. I'm going to say that I don't know.
All right.
I just don't think Radar should be in competitive, period. Casual,
I can agree with that, because when you're on a pro level like that, you should know the maps. You should know where people are going to sneak around and how they get from point A to point B.
Exactly.
And I feel like they've played the game enough to where they know to listen and that they shouldn't be reliant on Radar. So I like Siege for that aspect, that if you hear, you rely on listening to footsteps or hearing things that break, or
exactly.
Just there's cameras, which is a little bit different of an aspect that can kind of be your radar, but
sure.
To check cameras in Siege, you have to look at your whatever phone, and it takes you out of moving your character. So it's kind of like the trade-off.
And there's so many, like you were telling me, there's so many different ways that you can enter an area of a map in Siege. Mm-hmm. Like, you can break a wall, you can break a window, you can come in from above, you can come in from below, there's so many different things that you can do that dramatically change the way the map plays, that it is good that it doesn't have like a radar type system, because you just won't know where they're coming from. You need to rely on your senses in order for it to happen.
Which, coming from the Halo aspect, I think that's what they need. Right.
And like you said, you need to have a reliance on map knowledge in order to realize that, while in Siege, you may be able to get in different scenarios and whatnot in different locations on the map. But if you have a basic understanding of the map, and you know the ins and outs and where you think people are going to be coming from, where choke points are and whatnot, you'll know where to look. And you won't have a reliance on the cameras on whatever it may be, right? Mm-hmm. That's a really good comparison.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So we're this is another thing we're going to agree on, and I know.
But like we said, this poll wasn't going to be you fucking no. It's not what this poll was going to be. This is exactly the results that I thought it was going to be.
So I agree. Out of competitive, change all the settings to the arena settings.
Ooh,
for everything.
Sure, I could definitely be down with that, because then I wouldn't have to focus on my rank, and yet I still get the satisfaction of not having to rely on Radar in the social playlists. Yes, that'd be sick.
So that's where I'm at with Radar.
It's a good idea. I like that idea a lot, actually. Yeah. I like that.
Is that going to do it for our radar talk?
I think that does.
Any other points you want to put in?
No, I think we hit them all, to be completely honest. Yeah. If you guys have any other thoughts on radar specifically, please just let us know on Twitter, Discord, Facebook, whatever it may be. YouTube. I'm reading those YouTube comments.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they're good stuff. Keep them coming. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Should we get into some shout-outs?
Do it.
Only one, but it's a big one. Sander, thank you so much for providing this topic for this week's show. We had some good discussion, I thought. Your Twitter will be included in the show notes. Obvi. Will, what do we got for community creations? I slacked on this one. I'm sorry.
Go check out Me Monday on Reddit.
It's always a good time.
It is. There's good stuff on there.
There really is some good stuff. Please go check it out. Don't think of it as me doing a cop-out. Like, there's genuinely good shit on there. I mean that. I scrub through it not even every Monday. I scrub through it like every day. It's great stuff on Reddit. Will, we're at a point in the show where we usually close things out and do all that stuff. But before we do all that, could you please plug the show?
You can find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. Leave us a review and let others know about the show. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher. I was Stitcher. Okay. Break right there. I was thinking ahead about what I was going to say, and I combined two words here. So let's go back.
We're on Stitcher.
You can find us on Podbean, Stitcher, and Spotify.
And others.
And others as well. Mm-hmm. Just search for HCS Pro Talk.
I personally listen on Pocket Casts.
There you go.
It is an app on Android and iOS. It's great. We're not sponsored, by the way.
No. We have a Discord now, as Josh mentioned earlier in the show.
If the link does not work, let us know. It keeps resetting back to a day expiration. I checked before I included it in the show notes this week. It says it's never going to expire and has unlimited uses. Okay? But sometimes it likes to reset. If the link does not work, let me know. I'll give you a new one.
For future community playdates, please join our Xbox club. Search for HCS Pro Talk on there as well.
Think that we are going to have one this month.
Okay.
It's the weekend we talked about.
We have to plan, but yes.
Yeah.
You can join our Spartan company if you like. Just search for HCS Pro Talk on that as well. We do have a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Check all those out. Again, just search for HCS Pro Talk. I don't know how many times I say HCS Pro Talk in this segment, but it's a lot.
It is a lot.
Do we have a topic for our next episode, Josh?
No, but what I'm going to do is, listeners, stay tuned to Twitter. I think that, we're just going to have our polls on there from now on. And if, like I said, if you can't vote, don't worry. Leave a comment on the tweet and we'll read them on here.
Leave a comment on Facebook or even on YouTube.
Discord, YouTube, we'll include those. Because I want to get everybody's opinions that I possibly can and include them here. So please know that if you're unable to vote on the Twitter poll, it's not a big deal at all. We still want your voice to be heard. We're still going to include what you talk about. But yeah, I'll go back and look through the other topics that people have suggested. I'll pick one. We'll put a tweet out and we'll get some feedback. It'll be good stuff. Will, is that going to do it?
That's going to be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that is going to do it for HCS Pro Talk episode 33. I want to thank you very much for listening. And we'll catch you next week, where we talk about some other stuff in regards to Halo esports and other games, because that's typically what we do. One little hint, if you stuck around this long in the show, one little hinty hint that I'm going to give is I've reached out to somebody specific, in regards to a potential interview, our first one on this show. The only hint I'm going to give is that there's an upcoming tournament in September. Will, what is that tournament in September? Well, come on, really?
My mind is blanking.
HCS, what place?
London?
Yay! Claps for Will. Okay. HCS.
I thought, okay, when you said we have, I thought you meant us. Like, we have
I'm sorry.
a tournament. I'm like, do you sign us up for something I have no idea
No,
about here?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's where my mind went, so I apologize.
No, you're fine. So HCS London is right around the corner. That's the only hint I'm going to give as to who you guys could possibly think I sent out a message to. I talked to this person at Worlds
In Seattle.
and this person seemed interested in being on the show in some point. This individual is very busy. So, like, I just sent out a message, kind of like poking and prodding, just see if this person be interested. I understand this person's very busy, but we'd love to have this person on, and we'll see.
Yes. I'd be very excited to talk to this person.
Yes. And this person is a very nice person,
Yes.
as like everybody is. But no, yeah. I really hope this person, this person says yes.
Hey, it's a good generic, like,
It is.
is it a he or a she?
Right.
Like, this person.
Right. The only hint I'm giving is HCS London is taking place in September. That should be good enough.
There you go. You have a couple options.
And the goal would be, because I sent the message out to this person, the goal would be to have this person on for our London pre-show. Okay? That'd be the goal. To have the one on for the London pre-show. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So, yes, again, thank you guys very, very much for listening. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be back next week with more Halo fun and shenanigans. But until then, bye-bye!